and welcome back to the Sleeping Grush podcast. I'm Lore Master Matt.
And I'm Phelan John.
And we are
We've been away for a while, though.
It's not been a while. We've been like hibernating. it's been a season. I had to wake up and eat a bunch of berries. Yeah, we've been out a long time, and guys, we apologize. There's been so much going on. We've got a lot to talk about, but
we're gonna make it worth it.
Yeah, and tonight's not that night because we're at Gen Con.
We are at Gen Con.
Yeah.
And 24.
So this is Saturday night of Gen Con, so after the third day.
The lovely Meridian Hills.
The lovely Meridian Hills, playground of the Idle Rich of Indianapolis. And we are here, not just the two of us, right, and our brilliant producer, Jager, but we are...
Is that a new producer? Oh, Samuel Jager. Sorry, right, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd replace that guy. But...
No, all communication is verbal, but it doesn't matter.
There's a lot of nonverbal communication going on right here. We have our part of the crew here at Gen Con. We're in an Airbnb, and we've been at the booth. We've been at the demo games all weekend. I'm going to let John talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to let the crew kind of talk about that. But we're surrounded by our amazing crew. Some of our amazing crew, and we've just got a lot to talk about. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about Gen Con, how it's going, how it's been an amazing con so far. And then we're going to turn around a little bit, and we're going to talk about the tournament, which normally is on a Saturday at Gen Con.
Has been.
Right, it has been traditionally, but we have moved it to Sunday, which is really cool because we get to kind of talk about it beforehand tonight, see what everybody's up to and what they're concerned about in tomorrow's battles. And then we're going to have a special lightning round of questions for the entire crew. So, John, tell us a little bit about Gen Con and your experience so far and how we're doing as a company, what we're doing as a company here.
So, Gen Con 2024 may be the last of its kind, right?
It might be, right?
We want it to be.
We want it to be, yeah. Okay.
In that we are doing things kind of the way we've done them the last few years.
In that old rut.
The event, a little bit of a rut, yep. An event schedule that we've kind of fallen into that we want to break out of, among other things, where, and for those of you who joined us in the past, we have part of the crew works the booth, and part of the crew, and then typically led by Julie, who couldn't be with us because she's an adventure woman and, got partly eaten by a mountain lion, so she couldn't be here.
But only partly.
Just below the knee. Yeah. And so, but it just, we carry on, we make it work. We
carry Julie too.
We've been carrying it for years. Because she's not here, I get to say that, right? So we have that crew at the booth, and we have another crew that does the games on the floor, which is a combination of introductory games and themed. They're all encounters this time, right?
They're all encounters.
All encounters games this time, all very popular. Interestingly, and it's important that we collect tickets, especially at Gen Con, because we get to stay here because of priority points generated by several things, including how well we fill seats and the number of events we have. And so, very important. We didn't sell out all the events. We sold out the tournament.
Right. We saw it. So
we almost sell out any of the events, but we did at the event.
Yeah. So it was the strangest thing because normally we sell out of these events pretty earlier on, right? And sometimes we even have to open up extra seats. This time, it was kind of the opposite. We didn't sell many tickets going in, but by the end of first day, we had doubled the number of tickets we'd sold. And by today, we were setting up extra tables for people that were walking up.
Yeah, walk-ins.
It was amazing.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was great. And of course, the whole crew did great. I lead the demo team, and they just were rocking all 3 days, just wall-to-wall people, bringing people in on site. We were selling tickets right there. And I can't speak to the booth, which I know was rocking because we were rocking.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to let that moment of glory come here.
Right. But I can't thank my demo team enough for the amazing work that every one of them did.
Yeah. It's good to see because, it was a long-time con veteran from the mists of the past. At a certain point during convention, there's often a level of fatigue that sets in. You've been working hard or playing games hard or drinking hard, whatever you're doing hard.
Or all three.
Or many more. And, even if your attitude's good, it's just kind of,
it's hard.
It's a long period of time. You're on your feet.
Mentally and physically.
You're doing whatever. And so, but today, I think that morale is high, everybody's in a good mood. We had a lot of success. So that's a good sign. We don't want to do that schedule that way anymore. Mixture of Warriors Tomb, demonstration games, introductory games, and interspersed with the same encounter scenario, we're going to add in multi-session campaigns, both competitive and cooperative, and really focus. The other big hit, I think, is the terrain.
The terrain,
right?
Oh gosh,
you're across the table space. You don't see a 32 millimeter figure. You see the terrain. You're drawn over to, oh, what's this game? And then you got it, right? So the terrain that the guys put together, specifically Chris Smith and Jacob Metziger, just really
stupidly good.
Yeah, everybody walked by. We had a good spot in Hall B.
We did. We were near one of the main thoroughfares, and everybody that walks by, if they just look a little to the right, they're seeing these incredible tables.
Right.
And they walk up there and they're taking pictures with it. I had one guy that was like posing on the other side of the table with his head in the middle of the terrain, and his buddy was taking pictures.
I had just carried away with some guys in white jackets.
Well, there was a bit of a beatdown because he slobbered a bit on one of Chris's pieces, and that was
nerd beatdown. Okay, so that's super successful.
Very successful.
And then at the booth, also still doing what we've been doing, although very successfully, which is to sell the models we make from the Free Blades line, the accessories that go with it. And today was the best sales day of all the cons we've ever had in our history.
Which is just,
it's great. Yep, awesome job on the part of our golf club. Very good. Yeah, it's very good. On the part of the booth crew, very active, very engaging. Dan's special techniques. If you have a moon in your hat, I can sell you a figure. And sells her a moon priestess. I'm like,
he spent well, all right.
Yeah, how do you do that shit?
And it works. That's the thing.
Here, Eskimo, I got a glass of ice at the side. So just a brilliant job. Jennifer Felix led that crew, and just killed it on sales. And so to have the best day at any con, but the best Saturday, Gen Con would have been good.
Sure.
The best day of any day of the week at any convention we've ever done. Obviously, it's a testament to how the amazing work that they do. So now we have a lot. The other cool thing behind all those scenes are all the changes we're talking about in terms of what kind of games we put on and what kind of games we sell. We're going to tease that.
We're going to lay it out there.
We're going to make Brandon lose his mind, but we're not going to
throw in the bait.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, almost had it. So we have a lot of big things planned. We do not intend to do Gen Con the same way next year. We intend to do different events, bigger, better, badder, cooler terrain, more story, more featured elements. And we also intend to be selling things other than just the miniatures for a miniatures game.
How about that?
Might be our first. Do we side board card game? Dominion is a board game, so we are too.
We're board game.
Board card hybrid thing with Bob is a miniature.
Amazing DGS product.
Okay, let's go with that. I'll go with that. Amazing DGS product. So big plans for the future. So probably the last one that looks this way, a springboard to all kinds of cooler, better things.
Right into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah. Also, one last thing, Kickstarter's going on.
What?
Yeah, crazy. Kickstarter funded. The Ancala Oracle Kickstarter. The principal things that makes is a Oracle or Tarot deck. And we say Oracle because technically in that world, if you're a person who's a big fan of that world, Tarot means capital T.
Right.
The Rider-Waite, the Tarot everybody knows, Pentacles, Cups, the Magician, the Tower,
right.
The Major Arcana. And so ours is a story-based deck based in Phala.
Based in Phala, right.
Okay.
Based in Phala.
To tell the story, to get great art out there in front of people, and to allow game masters to do fortune-telling NPC play with a Phalon-based divinatory product,
right.
and not, their
That's right.
chicken bones or runes from the Norse gods or,
Sure.
A tarot deck or whatever it is, or a 8-ball, magic 8-ball.
See the dregs of my coffee swirl around in my cup.
Yes, right. Yes, right. The brains are dead. That's my dreams. Yeah.
So I think John makes a great point there. It's not just a deck of cards; it is a piece of Phalonian history.
Yes,
and a window into the past of a group that we haven't explored
Yeah, cult
yet.
people, yeah.
The cult people.
And divinatory meanings, so you can study the deck and do readings
from it. That's right.
Plus a magic item deck of 54 cards that's going to be playable inside the Free Blades campaign system. New ones, not the
the original
cards,
60.
the ones that are in the game rulebook. And then a card game that is Phalon based, where the Trazrites kind of bastardized the Ankala's Oracle to play a drinking card game, traveling game, so that also players of your role playing game, when they're called upon to gamble, instead of just rolling their gambling skill, they can go in there and actually play
cards,
and not play poker, but play a game that is set in Phalon history with a card deck that is not, diamonds, clubs, hearts.
Right. Standard ace club cards.
Yeah, bicycle. So Kickstarter is funded. It will be complete by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
So it will fund it. We don't know how much more will be on top of that, but we are aiming to deliver in June of 25.
Yep.
And so if you're a part of that, you're going to see it, and we will sell them afterwards if you were not able to.
Sure. These are not things that we're just going to do a one and done on. This is something that's going to join the ranks of DGS products. So, but if you backed, we really appreciate your support in this matter.
Absolutely.
Because this is a departure from our normal, and it's expanding the world of Phalon considerably. And that's an unusual thing.
A great deal of lore and a great deal of illustrations about our history are going to result.
Yeah, and we appreciate you taking that leap with us.
We do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So we want to go around the room now. We got a room full of people here. They're all looking at me expectingly, wondering when we're going to shut up and let them talk.
Let's do it now.
So we should do that now, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing we want to ask is, what's been your impression? What team are you working on? What are you doing here at the con? And
what's
been your experience?
Your experience.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Keep it short, of course. Just to get everybody around. I'm just gonna put Eris right on the oil plate.
Last in, first out.
That's right.
Let's go.
Spicy.
All right. Yeah, I'm Eris. I'm one of the questers from Indianapolis here. I've been helping with the demo team. It has been an absolute joy to be working on the team here. Every time we're doing one of these demos, every player that I'm seeing, once they get that first turn out of the way and they understand how the game functions and how it's flexing, how the models move and interact, the smiles, the excitement, that first spike when someone gets it.
Yeah.
Such a fun time.
Awesome. Yeah, that's true. So John and I have an interesting perspective because while I'm running the team, obviously I'm not running games. I'm running all the between them. Right. Yeah, I know. Right. And just sitting on my arse doing nothing. Typical. But one of the cool things about that is that because I'm not focused in on my own game and I'm in support, I get to hear all the
epic
cheers oh my God, Spike, kind of thing.
Oh, what? No, I died. No.
So that's really awesome. That's one of the cool perspectives. So that's a great perspective, Eris. Jacob?
So I'm Jacob Metzinger. I ran the Encounters board into Shadowcrag. I had a blast. I got to see my dream come true, and that I had tons of people come for my Encounters game. Most I had at once was 10 people. The smallest group was 4 people. It was a group of 4 friends. So it was a blast. Really just getting to experience. Also get to see my little areas as the Kuzaric world builder. Get to watch my dream of a group of Kuzaric sit by the Resettlement Council coming in to retake a piece of Shadowcrag. Seeing everyone get to be a part of that and destroy the big boss Alakazam.
That's it, Dean.
Abracadabra.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And for those, we mentioned earlier that the 2 big tables were put together by Chris Smith and Jacob.
Jacob was amazing.
This is one of them, and
beautiful.
Yeah, it is really cool. Jacob's one of our world builders. He is a Kazaric world builder, and his little piece that he plays around in a lot, besides just offering general support for the faction, is Shadowcrack. This ruined city that I'm not going to, divulge any of the secrets to because that's yet to come.
So when it's just going to be meta. When the podcast comes out, I listen to it immediately. I'm telling myself now, as soon as I hear this, go into the Discord channel and post pictures of the tables from today's games.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Speaking to my future self,
Right.
Marty McFly.
Me from the past.
You're the doc, no, the future, no, whatever. Yeah, it was awesome. The table's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's incredible. All right, Luke.
All right, so I'm Luke's Felix. I kind of work both. I've been kind of floating between the demos and the booths. The demos have been a great time. People have been in and out, had great times. Had groups come in, roll, all the banter between each other. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm over in the booth, I'm like helping list build sometimes, just picking out some cool models to add on. Everybody's having a great time, looking at all the cool options that free bands have to add on and increase what they can do with their game and their friends.
Right. And, having guys like Luke in the booth is just indispensable because we can sell, but then we've got these list builder guys that are like, hey, I can take that 150 starter box up to a 250, and here's a great way to do it.
Jesus, remember winning a game right down. Luke is also a master. He's been watching me, right? And what he's learned is what's called in the Army the great hat trick, right? You're a liaison officer to Unit 1, but you actually live in Unit 2.
Right.
So you throw a hat in your office where you're a liaison officer, but you have your real hat, and you go off and you screw off.
Mm-hmm.
So your Unit 2 thinks you're down liaising with Unit 1. Unit 1 thinks you're back in your home unit and you're playing racquetball. Right. So Luke says, I float back and forth between the demo and the booth.
And
actually,
what he meant was,
the booth thinks he's in the demo thinks he's playing mixed band somewhere. I do it too. I know he's learned from the master. John's out having a meeting. No, he's not.
I wondered why he came back speaking as Turks.
No, great job.
I thought it was Zura.
He did that day that he was taking those guys with the list builder and really helping them figure out what they want.
Yeah. Awesome. And that's great to have that kind of experience in the booth. It's a great time.
It is.
Brandon.
All right, so my title got bigger this year. I'm Brandon Burns. I am the Kalamazoo, Michigan quester. I am a Zurin designer and world builder. I am a board game designer and Grand Poobah Jackwagon.
Yes, come on.
Jackwagon.
Capital J.
I worked at the booth, sold models to people. The group working the tables did a great job sending people that were already enthusiastic about the world of Phelan. It was very easy to get them involved. It was very hard to find the exact fit with as many factions as we have now. Many of them left with 2, which is probably not.
But not April.
Yeah.
Yes, Brandon.
One of the big changes we've made from last year. We didn't, change as dramatically as we're about to.
Right.
But 2 big things we did. One was we cranked back the last game the schedule so it ended at 5. So there's an hour-long gap between the end of that game and when a dealer hall closed.
Right.
The second change we made was we moved the tournament from Saturday to Sunday. It's not a coincidence in my mind that Saturday of this Gen Con 2024 was our best con sales day ever.
No, I don't think that's a coincidence at all.
Plus the great work of all these guys is what, kind of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Jen?
yeah.
No? You just came up close. I thought you had something to say.
No, I was just coming in close, but I'm Jen Felix. I run the booth. Since we have no Julie, it is all mine this year.
You might be running the booth forever. I don't know.
Julie's gone. Sales in March. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, you let me back in even though you blew away your Decepticon. So there's some.
You're the truck driver.
Oh.
Equipment
Commercial equipment operator. That's what it stands for. Yeah.
But it's been fantastic. I've made some great art contacts. Everybody who's come into the booth has been forced to work, including John and Luke. Their hat trick fooled me not. We've got a lot of great things done. Brandon's been fantastic doing the booth demos in Julie's place. Dan on sales is just indispensable. The way that he can engage people just walking by.
Hey, you, free blades. Oh my God, take my money.
It does look like that.
That's right.
It does.
I see that
You're wearing pants. Our models have pants. All you're taking a
A, Dan engages customer. B, profit.
So step 2, right?
Phase 3, profit.
Jen's been just amazing, right? Because Julie, we knew was going to be out this time. And so Jen and Julie worked together, got everything organized, and Jen took the taskmaster role, made sure that we had everything that we needed. She's the load master. She's running the booth. She's keeping us all in line, as we definitely need, as you can tell. And
she would short one white mocha this morning and still persevere.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I'm not going to say
it's not about mine
that I was going to.
I was under caffeinated.
Oh,
Wow.
That's not cool.
That's not cool. We got to fix it tomorrow. Dan.
I'm Dan. I'm your old impetuous hypebuster host from many moons ago.
Do you remember? Pepperidge Farm.
So that's my that's my time. I'm no Brandon Burns.
Here's my list.
Well, I didn't use the other one. I didn't.
You're experienced. Your experience there, Master Salesman.
Yeah. So I've been working at the booth, just talking to people, getting to know some people, and slinging some models. It's been really fun. I think my highlight of this weekend was watching Brandon give a demo to these two guys. They were older than me, and I'm almost 50, but they were giving each other so much crap back and forth. They were having so much fun talking trash to each other. I had a good time watching them. That's my
highlight. That's awesome.
That's an awesome highlight.
Good process.
That is cool, really cool when we have groups come in, especially like Jake was talking earlier about the 4 friends that came in on his table. That was his 4, right? So they just sat there and just slung it back and forth through the whole game, and that is a lot of fun to listen to.
That's also destroyed the encounter. They got through it like that.
Right. Because they were working together, right? They knew what they were doing instead of 10 randos that hit the board and like, I'm sure what's I do here.
The operator managed to restrain his Alucard. He was doing work.
Yeah,
It's an epic story. They walk away from the game and they remember that thing.
And can we just say something as an aside about Free Blades as a whole? There is always something epic that happens in those games, right? The rest of the game may be, ho-hum, and maybe there's somebody that's not rolling really well or somebody that really is, but then there's that one epic moment that they walk away from the table with. And I think that's what grabs our players more than other games.
It was I've told the story before, but that was a key element of the original playtest of Free Blades when we were messing with this, and the decision hadn't been made finally whether we're going to do a role-playing game or a skirmish game first. There was a just as clear as day to all of us, not just me, but we would watch people playtesting the game at a game store, 31st Century and tabletop. And there were other games being played, who remain nameless.
Right.
And alongside them, Free Blades games. And somebody would spike a super crit, and somebody would roll a torch at a key moment, or somebody would, like Jennifer, get hit with a 34 and think, oh, I've lost the game, and parry with a 35.
Right.
So, and then we'd stop the game and go tell their buddies at the next table what happened, and the other games not.
Right.
I'm not trying to I play those other games, but it didn't generate that sort of epic moment.
That excitement's not there.
You can count on it happen.
Yep.
So yeah, for sure.
Jager.
All right, I am Jager. I am your not so masterful producer, but I
How are you? Are you masterful right now?
definitely not.
Again.
That's a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. That is definitely a step in the right direction. So for me, I'm always helping out the demo tables. I'm always running demos. I'm never over in the booth. The running demos is just so much fun, especially when you have those epic moments. You get those interesting, and you see those faces light up. And it's so satisfying for me.
Yeah.
Why keep doing this?
Right.
Yeah. There are times that I am even not running a demo, I think, at my best. I'm like, I could have ran that demo better. And then I walk over to the booth at the end of the day while everybody's packing up, and I see that person from that demo that I didn't think go well purchasing models. And it's like, well, I mean, it must have worked.
The work is done.
And it's very easy to be down on yourself in the middle of something, or I forgot this, but I want to I have to remind myself sometimes, and I want to remind everybody else here, especially that's on the demo team, is that they're gonna come in, they're gonna play this game, and they're not gonna remember all the rules. That's not why we give the.
They're not going to remember all the rules 10 years from now.
They're never gonna read them
Right.
right. Let's be honest.
We're just laying
That's right.
a groundwork for their play.
But what they are gonna remember is the feeling they had during the game and the interaction they had, not just with the people on the table, but with that game master. And our game masters are all just super motivated, super excited. And even if it wouldn't matter if they were getting all the rules wrong, those folks are having a great time. And their first interaction with Free Blades, or maybe their second interaction with Free Blades, is a stupidly positive one. And I think that's what makes the difference in our demos and in our community as a whole.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, we're
Okay,
at
middle round.
5 minutes.
Middle round, we got to go. Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the tournament.
We're talking about the tournament.
Tomorrow, let's just do the semi-lightning round, not full lightning.
Yeah, let's just talk a little bit about the tournament and then turn those guys loose because we're running low on time.
250 gold, 3 rounds.
Yep.
Victory on the Wing tournament pack for 24-25.
Is this a?
Okay.
It's not the first
Not
one.
the
It's the second one.
It's not the first one. Second and third.
Yeah.
And 16 players in the ticket sales. I think we're probably going to end up with 13 or 14. Well, 14 or 12.
Yeah.
We'll have an even number. You can win a coin. You
Yes,
know,
absolutely.
and we're going to have some great tables. We have some prizes to give out. Everybody's going to get something. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the people who are planning on playing tomorrow, and we're going to ask you the faction you're playing and what are you most concerned or thinking about with tomorrow's games. We're not going to ask you to reveal your secret list of awesomeness.
You're
Okay, 'cause,
right.
I know I don't care.
Your killer combo. No.
So who we got?
Well, we're going to start with Eris.
There's playing, right?
Eris is playing.
I am playing. Tomorrow I'll be playing the Raven Blade.
Awesome.
I've been looking at them forever and keep thinking, man, there is something about these guys that's going to be good. I just really want to get into that one. I didn't see anyone playing in my area. As far as concerns go, I have
Or what you're looking forward to. Anything your top thought about tomorrow, I guess.
Every time I've gone to one of the DJ's turns to play, every single person I've played against has been awesome. I love getting to interact with players from all over the place. Just getting to spend a few hours with these other players and getting to have some fun. So I always enjoy.
You know what that means?
Yes.
Do you know what that means? It means I have to match him against Roger in the fifth round.
That's what I took away from that.
Did you get that?
Come on, I'm at the advantage here because I've never played Roger this faction, and I have also never played this faction.
Now you have to.
Oh, now I have to.
Now you have to.
Well, I'll let Longshanks determine that for us. So yeah,
Well, yes, we are going to.
it will be totally not.
What I'm taking away from that for real, although I do like this guy's, I like Baylon John's take on this, right? Is something that we see across all of our tournaments, and that is no matter how competitive it gets, we have the best community of players in wargaming. Period. Full stop. There's nobody that even compares.
We're biased, but I'd match it. I would. I played a lot of competitive communities, and I'd say there's good ones.
Yes,
You know, they're not all bad and nuts.
not even saying that there's bad.
I think.
Yeah, I've been playing various war games for over 20 years, and I can't argue that this has probably been the best experience I've had gaming is with this group.
That's
Play tomorrow, Jacob.
I am not. I believe I'll be doing whatever Jen tells me to in the booth.
right.
That's
Okay.
the actual best answer.
All right, so I'm playing Falcarts, and I'm looking forward to playing somebody that I haven't ever played before. That's always what I enjoy every time. If I can play somebody,
Luke only plays 3 people. He's not.
that's always what happens. But
Brandon.
I'm playing the Azuro, and I've never played the Azuro in a tournament.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Our reigning national champion, right?
Right.
Never played Observer
I
before.
get the beaks beaten off of me.
It's just gonna be a pile of feathers on the ground, like some coyote got a hold of it.
Dan, you're our ringer tomorrow. If we have a odd number without you, we're going to put you in there, and you are.
I'm playing Paragon.
Oh, well, he's got pretty. I played those guys.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I think the thing that I'm most intimidated about for tomorrow is flyers because I'm not used to playing with a flyer. And so it's a little more difficult for me to comprehend how to counter a flyer.
Could see. Fly me away, Junior Birdman. It's one of the things I tell players that are new or having trouble with blade damage. The same I give advice to good players: ignore it. Do your thing with respect to objectives. Fight the other part of the force. Let it come to you in the fight. If you will just not get to overthinking it, and by the time you're done playing that game, yeah, of course there might be some loss. We're getting
There always is.
it will become evident what it is. But I'll tell you, I use that tactic to win.
It'd be better for me to do that than to waste 3 muster archer shots and a stalker shot at a flyer when I could be using those 2 muster archers to hold an objective, another muster archer to target a caster, and the stalker to keep somebody scared.
Yep.
Boom. My work is.
I was going to say, well, that's Free Blades Tactics for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for joining us.
All right, so, wait, you're playing,
Jaeger.
right?
I am playing.
Bad Jag's playing, and you are.
I am playing Chakram. The thing I'm looking forward to is definitely every time I go to these convention tournaments, I get to play against people that I don't typically get to play against from these other areas. And every single time, one of them comes at me with a strategy I had not thought about prior. And I learned something every single time.
The shady You are the king of the shady D.
Because I wrote it.
Yes, that's one.
That's awesome, and that's the thing too, because you'll find that playing across group, there's also just stylistic things.
Exactly.
Or sometimes even like that's how we interpret that rule. All of us have been playing that way, so
Right.
it's just better the more cross play.
My biggest concern is the fact that I'm using the Moon Talon and the Star Shell, and I'm entirely unpracticed with them.
You're gonna learn a lot of lessons, son.
I'm probably going to lose a lot because of it.
You don't know, right?
I'm going to have some fun with
Right?
it.
I mean, just going to Moon Talon sometimes cures the problem. You don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
Toss some talent
All
out.
right, so lightning round. Everybody gets to play.
Everybody gets to play.
Here's what we're going to ask you. We're going to ask you your favorite DGS model and your least favorite DGS model. The criteria are up to you. They do not have to be look.
Yeah.
If you're Luke, it's purely about stats because you don't care about any of these models. They can all be just blobs with numbers on them as far as concerned. But whatever your criteria is, it's up to you. We're not going to judge it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We just want to
We're
make
going to
sure.
start here and go back around the other way. See that?
Yeah, well,
Jagger.
Okay, absolutely. Favorite Star Shell because I helped design it.
yeah.
Least favorite Viper Vanguard because Luke gave me PTSD.
You did not have to state your reasons. It's funny you do it. Jen, favorite model? No?
I can't talk about it because we haven't made it yet.
No. John, Lord Master Matt, authorize you to leak shit on stuff on
He's not drinking yet.
the podcast. Yeah, on the podcast. You absolutely can do that. What's your
Oh,
favorite?
right. Right now, the Ashen Light
Light
Bait.
Yes. Okay, this is a great little secret to drip because there's one in the house.
There's one in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
People can see it.
Well, we can't see it because
Oh no.
we don't have dark.
Oh no. And it can't see us.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Ashen Light Bane, amazing. So that's your favorite.
That is
Yeah.
my current favorite.
Model coming on Black Friday,
Black Friday.
November.
Friday.
8th. Okay.
Every time I make a new model, though, it tends to be my favorite. But I'm not doing my job right if that's not
So
true.
That's right. That's 100%. Jen is, of course, the art dictator. Right.
Yes.
We don't have an art director because that's too lame.
Well, we did, but then we chose her for that, and she became immediately the art dictator. Right?
Least
Spares.
I have trouble with this too.
So it's anything that's too hard to put together. Like my focus is just on
Old North Spider. Moving on. Dan.
Stalker is my favorite,
Oh yeah.
Stalker.
stats and looks.
Boom.
And the least favorite is anything with disguise, especially the new faceless.
Ooh.
That bad news for you.
You're validating my point. What?
There are 2 painted facelets on my paint tip.
Consider All the skills that those guys have are ones that I don't like to face.
And I can't be blamed because Colin came up with just, "Here, John, Merry Christmas."
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing.
And that faceless is sponsored by James Ramsey.
Oh,
It
that's
was-
right. Well, he's 'cause
Yes.
he's the
He's the he's the world builder.
Awesome.
My favorite,
Brandon Burns,
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt. Oh, okay.
Brand new figure, gorgeous. Yeah.
Because using the Jaeger principle, because I'm burning.
Well, yeah. I mean,
No,
It's a burn.
but it's a beautiful model.
Not burn.
I get to jump over a front line and charge a canister. That's the best thing to explain to people. It's like, oh, I put a front line together. It's like, oh, I don't care.
Hey, you're going to be the asset of my bird as I jump over you.
Don't worry, I'll turn around once I'm in the back line. But least favorite, Calvin. Has to be. He's
Calvin? Oh,
he's eating the drinking plate.
Yeah.
He's literally eating the plate.
No. Keldon has a bag of coins.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Keldon coins or Lauren Jest. I got to remember that. Right? I didn't want to see, but I talked to these guys. I talked to
I was hoping that you wouldn't notice that wasn't a Duralite that he was chewing up.
Man, it's hailstorms.
The South remembers.
Look, Felix on the Feely Eye.
Favorite Viper Vanguard, least favorite Merchant.
Merchant.
Hmm.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. Did you give me you like this?
Just it's not
Wait.
lots of
It's not.
You know, that was Johnny.
Oh, I just fell in my own trap. Big Jacob Metzger.
My favorite is the Lightbringer for the lore, and secondary to that is because of his look. My least favorite is Moontown. She has done nothing for me. She has done one wound to a pair here, and that's about it in about 10 games now.
But she's beautiful.
She is beautiful. She is.
He's also an inanimate object.
See, it's not Jacob's side.
I'm looking to his side. Blink. Parents,
I've got to say the Wandering Wizard.
your favorite?
As my favorite. It is just so much fun to play. He's got a little of everything. I played him Exchange Encounters campaign we just did.
Nice.
It's so much fun to play. Least favorite, I gotta say Cariad. I just have such bad luck with her. But my Cariad leaves such a beautiful corpse.
Well, she makes something useful afterwards.
Sorry,
I gotta buy a
Excellent.
beautiful
awesome stuff.
John, Phelan
Are
John.
we playing? Am I playing?
Yeah.
Favorite scrounger.
Okay.
I want to date her. You see this woman? Fantastic.
I have her know
You have a number? That purple hat.
my child support's done.
Also, what was that about
Oh, I got to make sure our card is always in episode 20. Least favorite phone ripper.
Mm.
Sorry. I think my kids played with that. Right? It comes out of a red, white sphere. Yeah. So not a big fan of that. If it had been as tall as a person, or maybe as tall as a carrier, right? It would have looked you could have painted it like the lightning creature from Forbidden Planet.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about? The old 50s science movie. Now it's like the lightning creature from Forbidden Planet, and somebody went like this to it. Its head, it's just sort of crushed down. I'm like, I want to kick it. Right? Not my thing, but awesome.
Somebody didn't set the scale button when they measured it.
Well, no, I think that was
absolutely
supposed to be a thorny bush, whatever.
Yep.
Oh, Jacob's giving us a hook. 39.
Is that what that finger meant?
39. We've made these people listen for 39 whole minutes. Oh my God. Matt thinks so.
I'm gonna wait another second or two.
Now you're up. Right?
No, my favorite one is just changed with this new set,
Right.
and it's the Night Lurker.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
I cannot get over how beautiful the sculpt is and how in tune to the Bat Tribe. that model.
And it's really easy to put together.
It is.
Right?
It's so easy to put together. Now, I've been taken apart on the field by him a couple of times, courtesy of Mr. Phelan John here.
Hello.
Right? We managed it in like 3 turns. It was just disgusting.
And with 3 different versions of Piercy Sky.
Right. And I know it's a cop out, but I can't pick the least favorite model. If I say least favorite model, there's nothing comes to mind. And so I can't. I know it's awful. And I
What
probably
model-
It's
what
the crank.
model do you not like the most?
see that's
Which model do you like is the lowest of the ones that you do like?
I want you to drag yourself so Jager has a heart attack.
It's only time limit.
We're at 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh, it's 40 minutes.
Oh my God. In the world. Somebody's podcasting.
I don't know. You know what? I'll say.
Can I steal your slot?
Oh, sure.
Old school crank. Oh, wow. The score record jumped over me still.
I was going to say that my least favorite is the old school, the Grular, the old mounted one. The
Marauder 2 or what?
The
Let-
number
let-
of models I have fixed. I'm feeling good about some of these.
Right.
Well, and it has to do with scale, and it has to do with it's just looking dated, right?
Right. Yes.
And I fixed it.
And Jen has fixed it.
And
You haven't seen it yet?
it doesn't matter to me, especially. It doesn't matter to us, I don't think, or Jen.
Right.
What it is we don't like.
That's not
What
important.
we are listening to, not just tonight, but across the board. you
Yeah.
know. And some people just don't like the models because they don't like the model.
And that's
right?
okay.
But they come in and say, I want it like War Spider. I put together 12 War Spiders, old school metal.
And Chris and I sponsored that to begin with.
Yeah.
So obviously, I got
I'm still a little,
place in my heart.
I'm kind of suffering from it.
You're just twitching.
That's right. Which you can't
When the trees start to speed tighter.
Yeah. So now it's one piece. You pop it out of the, your clamshell, boom, you're good to go.
That's beautiful.
Because we list, right? So that's an easy one. There's a lot of them out there, and the kind of things that people say. Luke's stat issue can't be fixed by making the model prettier. He's going to go get up the column.
And we don't really listen to Luke anyways.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the
Yeah,
model besides
yeah.
the fact it's not really useful in tournaments. I don't play campaigns. It's useful in campaigns.
That's it.
You can't.
That's it. You know what's going to happen. When it looks at with a merchant. He's trying to step over his body. He's only got 1 life point left. Oh, no, I'm out of parries. I'm out of dodges. Stabby. Ah! Right? He's going to go ka-ching. Well, I'm gonna wear the pants. Go get the Sumerian merchant, fast lads, do the MC Hammer thing, put my hands on my hips, like, yeah, Luke. And he'll be like, oh no, and I'll just move his piece of fork. Oh my goodness. Okay, take us home, sir.
I guess we're done, aren't we?
All right, I think we are.
You know what? It's 42 minutes in. We're 43 minutes in, right? I forgot that.
Let's just drag it out
there.
This is the development.
No.
We'll get it out.
I'll sing it. You hum it. All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a long kind of gap between 19 and 20, and we told you we were going to do something special for 20, and
We give you extra time.
we give you some. Well, not only do we give you some extra time, which more time with us is always a gift.
Always better.
But the crew and everybody here live from Gen Con, and
We're live tonight.
yeah, we're live.
No, you hear this, but
That's your loss.
Hi, from Tech Con.
That's right. It is Saturday night. So thank you for being with us, and to everybody out there that's bearing with us and listening to this, thank you so much for your partnership in this. Leave comments in the Discord channel.
Including your
Favorite character.
favorite and least favorite model.
Absolutely. So, folks, until next time, we'll see you around the table.
Sil Takaba.